Hello, viewers. I'm Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal. Stands before you with a very important topic of political science, that is political culture. It is observed in the fourth semester of plus 3 second year, and the and this video relating to political culture is not only is required for students of plus 3 level, but it is also observed in the syllabus of post graduation, and it is also useful for those students who are appearing competitive examinations and aspirants for higher jobs. I request my viewers to watch this video till the end and subscribe my channel, and request your friends to subscribe this channel so that you can get academic related materials from my channel. Okay viewers, let us start. Today's topic is political culture, and so far as political culture is concerned, we will discuss its meaning, types, nature and relevance. Four aspects of political culture will be discussed in this video. It will be very much useful. First of all, we'll discuss what is political culture. Political culture is such a principle which determines a nation's status in international forum. If political culture of a country will be a mature one, it will have much respect in international sphere than a country which has not matured political culture. So political culture is so much important that it determines a national prestige in international level. So what is a political culture? Political culture is a plus of two words, political and culture. In order to be clear about the meaning of political culture, a person must be clear about the meaning of culture. Culture means psychological feeling of a person about an object. What a person feels in his mind about an object is known as culture. And this culture will come through three stages, like cognitive stage, affective stage and evaluative stage. Cognitive stage is a stage where knowledge about an object is required. Affective stage is a stage where pros and cons of an object is judged. Evaluative stage is a stage where conclusion is arrived. So culture means psychological feeling of a person about an object. In the same way, the word political means matter relating to legislation, execution, judiciary. So in total, political culture means the knowledge, perceptions, views of aggregate of people of a country about political concepts, including government, political parties, opposition party, all these things. So political culture means aggregate of the views of the people of a country about political concepts, including political party, government, opposition party, etc. So you are clear about the meaning of political culture. In this context, H.B. Samuel has told, political culture means to know where a person is. Political culture means to know where a person is in relation to a point of a compass. Again, Almond Powell has said, political culture means ideas and orientations of people about political concepts. According to Almond Powell, political culture means ideas and orientations of people about political concepts. So, Political culture means it is not the political ideas of a section of people or a particular person, rather it is the aggregate it is the aggregate political knowledge of people about different political terms. So political culture means aggregate political views or people not of a section but people aggregate views about different political terms is political culture. And now you are clear about the meaning of political culture. Now we'll see. Political culture is two types. One is unmixed political culture and mixed political culture. In the unmixed political culture, we will find three important types of political culture. One is parochial political culture, subject political culture, and participant political culture. Parochial political culture is a culture where in a society people do not know what is political system, government. People do not know what the political system or government will give to people, output. And people do not know what people have to demand before the government, output. So if in a society people do not know what is a political system, government, what the government will have to give to people, output, and what the people will demand before the government, input. People do not know anything about the political system, input process, output process. It is parochial political culture. It was observed in traditional Indian society. Subject political culture means it is a political culture where people know what is a political system, government. People know what the government should give, output. But people do not know what is input process, what they will have to demand before the government. It is observed in communist countries. Participant political culture is a political culture where people are aware, people are conscious what is a political system, government, what it should give to people, output process, what we should demand before the government, input process. People know everything about the political system, input process, output process. It is known as participant political culture. It is observed in America. Now we'll see mixed political culture. In the mixed political culture, we'll find parochial subject political culture, parochial subject, then subject participant, then participant parochial. So first we'll take up what is parochial subject political culture. Parochial subject political culture means it is a system where people only know what is political system, government, but they do not know what the government should give to people, output, and what we should demand before the government, input. It is a system where people only know what is a political system, but they do not know what is input process and what is output process. Again, subject partisan political culture is a political culture where subject partisan political culture is a political culture where some people are interested in politics and some people are not interested in politics. And those who are interested in politics, they do politics. And those who are not interested in politics, they do not do politics. It means some people are interested in politics, they do politics, and some people are not interested in politics, they remain passive in politics. Then finally, parochial partisan political culture. Parochial partisan political culture is a political culture where output process and input process are under parochial pressure. Output process under parochial pressure means when the government gives something, it discriminates. Then input process under parochial pressure means when people demand, they demand for their area. So you are clear what is the political culture and what are the categories of political culture? Two categories: mixed, unmixed category, mixed category. In unmixed category we have placed parochial political culture, subject political culture, partisan political culture. In mixed political culture we have kept parochial subject, subject participant, and parochial partisan political culture. So you are clear about the meaning of political culture, what are the categories of political culture. Now I will take up another important topic, aspect of political culture, criteria of political culture. What is the nature of political culture? It has as many as 9 natures. First nature of political culture is supra membership. Supra membership means political culture doesn't mean the culture of a section of people, a part of the society. Political culture means it is the culture of aggregate of people in the society. It is supra membership. Number 2, sharedness. Political culture is shared. It is not kept secret. Number 3, inequality. Political culture of all people are not same. It differs. Then behavioral. Political culture is marked from the behavior of people. Post-behavioral. Post-behavioral means political culture is a culture of special type. It is different from the other type of political behavior. Post-behavioral means political culture is of different behavior. Special type of behavior from aggregate behavior. Political culture, another feature of political culture is that it is a special type of behavior in comparison to other type of behaviors or total behaviors. Then unrestricted applicability. It affects all. Political culture affects all. Then non-reductionism. Political non-reductionism means political culture of people differs. Political knowledge of people are not same. It differs. Then comparability. Comparability. It means political culture can be compared. Then finally, objective testability. It means the hypothesis of political culture can be tested. Objective testability. It means the hypothesis of political culture can be tested. So these are all the natures of political culture. Now we'll see relevance of political culture. Political culture has mainly 4 important relevance. Number 1 is political order. The first relevance of political culture is that political culture maintains political order in the country, political tranquility in the country. Because if people of the country are politically mature, then they can understand the decision of the government, proposal of the government. So automatically there will be balance in the country. If people of the country are not mature, they cannot understand policies of the government. At the time, there are chances of revolutions. So political culture maintains order in the country. It maintains decorum in the country. Number 2, overcome national crisis. Another relevance of political culture is that political culture plays an important role to overcome national crisis. Because whenever in any country there will be national crisis, government will take some decision. At the time, the people will support the government. So if in any country there will be national crisis, if people are politically mature, at the time, in that critical period, they will support the government. So the national crisis can overcome. If political culture of people will be immature, at the time, they can protest the decision of the government at the time of crisis. So at the time, the government will be unable to face national crisis. So another relevance of political culture is that it helps to overcome national crisis. Number 3, national prestige in international forum. Political culture is a medium to maintain national prestige in international forum. If the political culture of a country will be matured, it will be better, then that country will have a greater prestige in the international sphere. So political culture is very important. It is very relevant. It should not be underestimated. Finally, alert government not to act out of track. Another relevance of political culture is that if people of the country will be politically mature, they can watch the performance of the government, they will watch role of the government. So government at the time cannot act out of track, because government will know that as people are mature, if it will act immorally, there will be protest. So political culture helps to maintain, political culture helps to keep the government in track. So in this video, we have discussed 4 important aspects of political culture: meaning of political culture, types of political culture, criteria or nature of political culture, and relevance of political culture. Thank you, viewers. I think that this video will be helpful to you. You will be benefited by this video. Give your comment, subscribe my channel. Don't be selfish. Request your friends or advise your friends to subscribe my channel, so all the students will be benefited. Thank you, viewers. Again, we will be here with another video. Till now, goodbye to all.